again. This is another poem originally published in Wildflower Muse, and I wrote it in response to a music theme. It's called Little House for Cat. You were 19 and I was 20, living in a one-bedroom apartment, learning how to be inventive with top ramen. We drank jugs of cheap wine, chain-smoked a grown-up brand of cigarettes, and watched Little House on the Prairie reruns. My favorite were the seasons of Mary's blindness. We agreed it would be better to be blind than deaf, long before I knew I was treading on Mary's heels. It was impossible to imagine living without the chaotic rhythms and lilting tones of sorrow that shaped our friendship. You worked long days at a record store, brought home shopping bags filled with bootlegs and coveted early copies of new releases. We crept around Los Angeles in your old red car, memorizing the lyrics to Sinead's new songs, thinking up cool band names, and talking about affairs with older men. You introduced me to Concrete Blonde, got me hooked on Mary's Danish, and spoon-fed me Thelonious Monster. You were with me in my first mosh pit, where I was lifted out over the crowd and lost my China doll shoes. After seeing bands in the back rooms of neighborhood guitar stores, we spent hours in all-night coffee shops. You liked your coffee sweet. Mine was always black. I wrote bad song lyrics on napkins, and you created fortresses from salt shakers and creamer packets. We made plans for the band we'd start someday. Our life was marked by a soundtrack of frenzy and shadows, a language that brought us together. But the blues crept up my back and tore me away from our bastion of skyways and melancholy. Almost 30 years later, the record shop is gone, and you have moved across the ocean, but the songs that conjure up our time together will always send me reeling back to nightclub jitters.